It's on and poppin'. Welcome to the Collegiate Sim Football Alliance semifinals here on this beautiful Wednesday evening. Let's go ahead and get it rolling tonight. We are hitting the closing point of this regular season here, of season number 6, and I can't wait to see how these 4 teams play here for the CSFA. As I already said a good amount of times, this will be the last time. The last times we'll be rolling on Axis Football. We're going to be making a change for season 7, but we got to see who comes out on top here in the playoffs. You already know I had to bring my man's Caboose League owner of the USFA. Show some love to your people, my friend.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? I am indeed here.
And he is indeed alive.
This is true.
Gotta keep my man's alive, man. I don't know what I'd do without you with this league stuff, man. I'll be freaking out. but we're here, man. It's the first game of the playoffs here for season number 6, both USFA and CSFA alike, and it's going to start off with the banger here, as always. The Lake Geneva University Owls taking on the East Augusta University Blue Lobsters. And it should be a great one. This is the first time I actually streamed CSFA action since we've moved into the season. So it's definitely a real good time to see how these peeps are doing in the Collegiate League. Some of them have some players going up to the draft as well. So I know the GMs are watching some of these players here tonight. But what are your thoughts on both of these teams here?
East Augusta coming off of last year's championship, kind of having a bit of a slumper year with a whole bunch of changes up front and in the player department. It's definitely not the same team that they had last year, and their record's kind of shown that. Lake Geneva, however, has finally finished off that freshman build that they put together way back when they actually were starting to coming into the league. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to see them finally get to a point where they're playoff contending teams.
Shout out to Kazim X21 in the chat saying go LGU. I already know who he's rooting for, but just like you said, this was a really long time coming for Lake Geneva. They starting so fresh into the league, and this is only their 3rd season now. They've moved up ever since that 0-12 season, and it looks like it's finally come full circle. Now they haven't lost a game up to this point, a perfect 12-0 record. And on the other side, East Augusta, they definitely had better days looking back in the past, but they still have a lot of talent all over the field as always, and you really can't count them out, even though up to this point I believe that Lake Geneva has won against East Augusta by at least 30 points in all 4 matchups that they've had this season. So we got to see what the verdict says in regards to how this thing is going to go down. Shout out to the homies in the Axis team once again for putting out such a great product, only getting better as time goes along. They just put out a 4.1 patch. They put out a 4.0 and then they put a 4.1 like less than 48 hours. Only Axis team does that. So shout out to the homies there. But you see here, the Nice here and the 1K Sims for Lake Geneva, they are the favorites, as most people would think so. But you see Dave there, they're saying that East Augusta is going to put on a little bit of a show here. But what are your thoughts seeing this here?
I don't know. I think that it's highly likely that LGU comes away at 13-0, heading into a CSFA championship game. But I think that EAU, with the experience that they've had in these types of games, I'm actually gonna kind of go off the beaten path a little bit here and say EAU wins this in a nail biter.
That's an interesting take right there from the league owner. You got to show some love to the people that's been here for a minute, the OGs. And East Augusta is definitely one of those OG teams. They're one of the 4 doing their thing in the CSFA. I'm thinking LGU is going to keep on going on the path that they have been. I believe the talent gap on their side will get them the edge in this one, especially if East Augusta cannot stop their wide receiver, Sean McGowan. Also, the quarterback there, Benjamin Henry, doing his thing. He has yet to throw an interception, which is just ridiculous. Over 30 touchdowns, no interceptions. I don't even think that's been done in any type of football. But hey, we are here in the USFA side. May call it that, the CSFA side, and we're going to go ahead and get this one kick started real quick for you. I'm not even going to ask this man to figure out if we're going to hit the play game button or not. Let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm hype. I already know y'all hype. Let's do this. Playoff football.
You don't want me to wait for 5 minutes, maybe take a nap before we hit play game?
Nope. You're going to take this and like it. I was going to say something completely stupid, but hey, we're here. Here in Lake Geneva. It's going to be snowing as well. And it looks like the Blue Lobster is going to send it all the way to number 26, Sean McGowan. He's definitely going to be a highly touted wide receiver in that draft. So I already know there is at least one GM watching him right now. Blue four. Benjamin Henry starting this one out on offense at the 34-yard line or so, and they're going to give it to the fullback. Only going to get 2. Haven't had too many touches. They've been giving it to number 88, but hey, we're going to keep it moving. It's going to be Henry running, and he's going to get past the 40, and Augusta slows him down. 3rd and 4 coming.
Well, here's an opportunity for a quick 4 and out. Or 3 and out, excuse me.
Quick motion here. Henry looking right side in. It looks like it's going to be dropped. It's going to be 4th and 4. It could be deflected as well. There was a defender there.
Yeah, and this is a huge stop for East Augusta early in the game.
It's going to be Matt Hammer with the play. Not getting past the 20, but East Augusta does get the stop that they need to at least give them the chance to take the early lead. Blue 33. Blue. They're going to give it to their fullback this time, Jack Zappi. 2nd and 10 coming. Looks like the fullback battle so far goes to Lake Geneva by way of 2 yards. It's going to be a 4 wide receiver set. Kenny Jackson left side, and there goes Herbo Collins with the catch. Not too many yards there.
Yeah.
Taking a short pass there. 3rd and 7 is better than 3rd and 10. Kenny Jackson in his first playoff game here. We didn't say that a little bit earlier, but there's a lot of firsts in this one. They're going to try the deep pass and incomplete. And Lake Geneva does the stop.
Right over. Yeah, he had him. It just went over the other shoulder.
Most definitely. You got to make sure that accuracy is on point. But that time it did not work for them. It's going to be Anthony Spencer with the return, taking that pass the 40-yard line. And Lake Geneva has some really good field position.
And still on their own side of the 50, so bit of a ways to go.
Going to give it to Namey, and if he broke that tackle, I think he'd still be running, but they're going to take the gain of 5. That's something that East Augusta cannot afford to do, missing tackles. So that was a really good open field tackle there, and Henry's going to be passing it again. And now it was almost picked off. I thought that dude was going to cut him off.
He should have.
3rd and medium here. Going to move Namey to the right side here, and they're going to test them, and that play worked that time. Looked like he did the exact same thing as last time. Nice job there. Lake Geneva with the first down of the day. And they're going to give it to him again. Turns up past the 40, and it's going to be a gain of around 8. It's going to be Namian stopped in the backfield. There goes Anthony Simmons with the stops. 3rd and 5. Henry looking left side is open for Armani Taylor Davis. Takes it out of bounds right at the sticks, and I'll move the chains.
He definitely had some more yards there. I don't know why he stepped out of bounds.
Motion man to the left. Henry's gonna step back again, looking deep in. The right side is wide open, and there it goes. Number 26, in for 6. And that combination is just deadly. Kick is up and good. Lake Geneva is going to strike first here in the first quarter. Augusta has a chance to retort. That's Sean McGowan right there. I don't know if you guys seen his stats, but it's a wonder to watch.
Absolutely.
I believe he's over 1,500 receiving yards, over 20 touchdowns. Like
he very well could be the last Heisman.
Schmidt, and it's going to be hitting the backfield there. Garrett Evans with the stop, and it's going to be 2nd and 12.
Blue 26, hike.
Jackson again looking for the first, going to try the short end to pass off the mark. You need those in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And I think he had enough time to turn up the field, get some more yards, but incomplete nonetheless. And it looks like a 3-defender tie-up that got broken away at the last second. Looks like Lake Geneva got away with one. They're going to try it deep, and that was in some coverage. And Lake Geneva is going to get another stop. Dragon Rage plays games. He said, "That's me with the big hit." I know who you is, big homie. But it looks like Anthony Spencer doesn't know where he was supposed to stand unless that one run close to the 20. But Lake Geneva has the advantage here. 7 points already in the first. I'm sure they're looking for a lot more than that. I believe the last time these two teams played, it was around like 44-14. So if they can go away with a game like that, I'm sure they won't be complaining on the way to the national championship.
Red 16.
Augusta looking for the stop. Gonna toss it deep, and that pass is off the mark. And luckily for Augusta, that could have been a lot bigger than it was. 3rd and 1 coming. They're going to hand it to McNamee, and just going to get the first down right up the middle. Spread the defense out and take it up the middle. Three minutes left in the first, and they're going to give it to Namey again. Sheds off 1, and is only going to get around 2. Make that 3. Henry looking again. Caught by McGowan. What a catch. Stretching out the arms past the 40. And that's a first down.
It's honestly really fun to watch McGowan work, coming across either on these in or out, slant, whatever kind of route he's on. He's just able to get himself open and available for the quarterback to find him.
There's another receiver that's going into the draft. A lot of people are saying that he's probably going to be an undrafted free agent after the draft, but he definitely has some work there. Matt Shepard, he could definitely work as probably a 4th wide receiver, 5th wide receiver. I think he could do some damage, but it's going to be 1st and 10. It's going to be Henry again, looking in zone, and it looks like that was a drop. And I could not quite tell if that was McGowan, but regardless of that, it's going to be a 5 wide receiver set here for Lake Geneva. 1 more minute, and they're sending everyone to the end zone, and incomplete again. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. They're going to do it again, looking left side this time, and there goes McGowan right in the back of the end zone. That's number 2 on the day.
Like I said, he's just a fun player to watch. He's got it all.
Got to give credit to that quarterback as well. Just on the money with those type of passes. And that's going to give LGU a 2-possession ball game here with 51 seconds left there in the first. It's not looking very pretty for East Augusta, but still a lot of time to get acclimated into the game. See if they could get it done. Ronnie Shanahan taking this one. And he's going to take it to around the 21-yard line or so. East Augusta back on the field. Kenny Jackson sending everyone deep, and he's going to take off the run. They got a man, but he breaks free past the 40, and he's going to get a nice gain after that one. 1st and 10.
Yeah, and that might be the confidence booster they need right there.
Sometimes when the arms don't work, you got to make sure you get the legs. Dean Schmidt used his arm on that one, but Damian Chambers said, I got my teammates back. You got to go backwards, my friend, as we end the close number 1. Second and 11 here to start the second. Motion man, hand off to Schmidt. Nice blocking up front, and he almost fumbled that football, but they're going to mark it a 1st down. Looked like he was short.
It did look like he was short. That's a very favorable spot there.
But East Augusta's on the move, faking the handoff. They're going to drop that pass. Got to catch those in these games.
Hands of stone, we call that.
Left to stick them. You know what I'm saying? Left in locker room. Supposed to bring that on the field next to the Gatorade. It's going to be a right side pass. Xavier Ubosi with the catch. 3rd and 8. Or Ubosi. There you go.
Yeah, not an ideal play on 2nd down when it gets him 2 yards, but completion's a completion, couple yards closer.
Oh, look at the hurdles here by Schmidt, but he's going to be marked just shy. 4th and 2 coming, and we're going to see another draftee coming up soon. Anita making her way to the field.
Yeah, Anita with that last name that Stacks just won't touch.
Nope. Yeah, I'm not touching that. But the kick is good, and East Augusta is going to get on the board for the first time with the field goal.
I mean, you got to say it at least once. The full name.
I'll say it at the end. But here goes Sean McGowan breaking free, and he went straight out of bounds. I thought he was going to take that the distance, but there's going to be a solid start after the kickoff return. 1st and 10. Actually, screw it. I'll just say it now. Anita dicking me.
I know you do.
Shut up. It's going to be 2nd and 18. Simmons with the play in the backfield once again on the sack. You love to see it. Talking about Dixon sacks. It's going to be a catch by Nate McNamer sitting there. 3rd and 12. Supposed to be professional here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You can only find this type of hilarity in the USFA. That's why you got to get on the field, my man. But that's going to be 4th and 12. The pass and double coverage from Henry was not good. And here comes East Augusta with the chance to get more points.
I will say that East Augusta has the best kicker in the league right now. It's not even a question. So that alone could potentially swing this a bit into their favor.
Most definitely. It's going to be 1st and 10. They're going to quick pitch it out the pistol, and there goes Dean Schmidt with a nice gain. It's going to be 1st and 10.
Big run at the start. Gotta love it.
They're going to pass out here. Kenny Jackson looking, and it looks like a one-handed catch by Herbo Collins on the sidelines. All you need is one.
And he got his feet in, so.
5 wide receiver set. Kenny Jackson sending some people deep, and there goes Ronnie Shanahan for his first catch as they move into Lake Geneva territory.
See, there it is. Just need to get a few points on the board and a little bit of belief in the system.
East Augusta, they're liking that 5 wide set, and they're going to test him again on the blitz, and they could not connect the dots there. I couldn't quite tell what that route was. It looked like the receiver was going around in circles like a merry-go-round.
It was the spin cycles route. It's a new one.
You'll love to see it. 5 wide receiver set again. Here comes Kenny Jackson. Everyone deep. Left side is open, but not that open.
Oh.
3rd and 10.
I thought it might have been pass interference.
I would have called it myself personally, but we are not paid to make calls. We just got to do what we need to do on commentary side. 3rd and 10, and Schmidt's going to take this run, but I would have passed on that particular down. There's going to be 4th down coming.
Yeah, this is going to force up a punt here, I'm pretty sure.
Anita trying to look for the pin. I think it's right at the 20. Oh, I was not close, inside the 20. And there goes Lake Geneva back on offense, holding an 11-point lead. 2nd quarter, halfway through. What can Henry do with it? They're going to try Namey. He's going to get maybe a yard. Make it 2.
They're going to give him 2. Wow, that's generous.
Yeah, that was very generous, but they did give that one
refs
run.
are being generous today.
And there is a wide open man on that left side. They better find a way to get over there. It's going. Never mind. Okay, they got it. Henry looking. Left side is thump, and is going to get another couple yards or so. 3rd and 6. I thought it was going to get locked up.
Yeah, I thought that was going to get blown up too, but I'm wondering if East Augusta can get back off the field here.
4 wide, 1 tight end set. They send the blitz, doesn't get home. Thump makes the catch, but I don't think the ball went past, and they're going to mark it short by a yard.
Excellent stop by East Augusta.
Definitely needed here. Now they have a chance before half to get a score. Whether that be a field goal or a touchdown, is definitely going to help their chances to get back in the ball game. Matt Hammer getting hammered before he could get past the 30.
I will say that East Augusta does lack a solid return man on either side.
Me personally, I would have kept Magic Mahomes out in that side. They're definitely the best wide receiver.
I think he got removed from their roster because he was ineligible.
Oh yeah, you're right. So yeah, East Augusta, they probably did have their best wide receiver, Ronnie Shanahan, out in there, but definitely need to keep improving on that side. We'll see him in the draft in a year or so. There's going to be a handoff to Schmidt, and he's going to get about 4. Make that 5. But that is not going to be enough for the first. They got to send it all the way back to Lake Geneva. That was pretty quick.
It was, and a lot of runs on that too.
Anthony Spencer takes that pass to 30, and it's actually before the 30. It's going to be 1st and 10. But here comes Lake Geneva. They're going to pitch him at Namey, and he's going to get a solid gain of around 6 or so. Make it 7, 2nd and 3. That's another draftee there going to the big leagues. We'll see how he could do against the best of the best. And that pass, no good there. It's going to be 3rd down. And another small tie-up, but it looks like they broke away just a little bit. Henry's looking, quick pitch, and cannot complete the pass. There's going to be 4th down, and East Augusta will have another chance.
This is interesting. Both teams not really giving much of an inch right now.
Matt Hammer, and the hurdle keeps it moving, almost at the 30, and it's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah, it's just like right where they started last time.
Pretty much. 5 wide receiver set. Definitely a pass this time around. A quick motion there. It's going to be Kenny Jackson looking left side, but the pass too far out. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Four for 11 here for Kenny Jackson, looking for a man, tossing it deep, and there goes Magic Mahomes.
I'm surprised. I thought we took him off that roster. Oh well.
Oh, actually, no. I know it is. They kept him. They just moved him out of the number 1 spot.
Interesting.
It's going to be Kenny Jackson looking end zone, and there goes Shanahan in the end zone, and we got ourselves a game.
Can East Augusta do it?
This game, wow. This is why I love Axis, man. You never know what happens, man. This is crazy. But we are here with a 4-point game. Lake Geneva does have 1 minute. So they do have time and 2 timeouts to work the ball down the field. But wow, what a drive there by Augusta.
2 plays.
What a spear there. You seen that? No, hurt my ribs a little bit. It's going to be 1st and 10.
I was getting fumble.
But here,
I know you would have fumbled that.
I probably would have. I mean, I ain't built for that. Like my cushy jobs and stuff like that. I don't do all that hard labor. But ATD with the catch on the right side, 2nd and 3. We'll see him in the ECFL. He's not going to be going up in this draft, but he does have a couple years, and we'll see him in the USFA eventually. As here comes Henry, quick pitch, caught by ATD, and that actually took him out of bounds backwards, 3rd and 1.
Interesting.
Could you imagine if he stayed in bounds and just turned up and hurled the dude and then took for a touchdown? That would have been ridiculous. Yeah. Henry, quick pitch, and that pass is off. That should have been a touchdown.
Like Geneva getting a little rattled here, I think.
Benjamin Henry looking for his first playoff win, and that is a muff punt there, and it's going to be inside the 5. Right at the 5.
It's going to be right at the 5.
1st and 10 here, and now Lake Geneva has potential for a safety if they could get the blitz package going. 3 wide out.
Does it?
They do not blitz here. The left side is open for Schmidt. They'll give him some breathing room out of bounds. Gain of 7.
Well, they're 5 wide there.
Jackson again, left side, and that could have been a good play, but the pass off along with the receiver being a little bit out of position. Are you going to use Madden next season? That is the plan. Shaolin Bear, thank you for the follow earlier yesterday, by the way. Giancarlo Velasquez, he's also going into the draft this coming season. We'll see if he's going to be picked up, but it's going to be 1st and 10.
Green 33.
Kenny Jackson looking right side and incomplete. And that is going to close out the first half here in the playoffs. 14-10 is your score, and honestly, I came into this game not expecting the score to be like this, but here we are, Caboose.
You know what? I think I called a pretty tight game. I think I said East Augusta is going to win a nail biter. It still could end up that way.
Yes.
We'll see what happens here.
Most definitely. Checking the quick stats real quick. Want to get back to the gameplay. McGowan, 375 yards, 3 catches, 75 yards, 2 TDs there. And on the other side, you see Shanahan get that touchdown. On the defensive side, looks like Simmons is having the better game out of all these players that I'm seeing. 7 tackles and a sack. A TFL doing his thing. 165 to 174. East Augusta is actually out yarding Lake Geneva right now. That's definitely interesting to see.
And that is definitely something to keep an eye on.
Gotta double check to see how this one goes in the second half. Let's get into it, my friends and family of the USFA, the CSFA, all the good stuff. Welcome back to the gameplay here. East Augusta, they're down 4, but that's the thing though. The game of football, you could be down 4 all you want, but you still got to take that lead to win. So East Augusta still has work to do in the second half as they start off at the 20.
Well, all it's going to take is one solid drive. That's all they need right now is one solid drive.
But Kenny Jackson's going to take off the run, and he's going to get pulled down before he can get too far. Garrett Evans, I know that man. Dragon Rage plays game. Stand up a little bit. You got yourself a sack in the playoffs.
You know, I don't know why he didn't just run that to the outside and instead ran it right back to the middle.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weird set there, but I already know Garrett Evans is going to take it. It's going to be 3rd and 12 now. Lake Geneva with a chance to get off the field.
Red 31. Red 31. Ready. Tonight.
Faking the handoff to Schmidt and the left side and deflected.
Ooh.
Very nice defense there. It's going to set up 4th and 12. You said your volume low because you're watching a movie. Come on now, you're supposed to be watching this game. What movie you watching? It's going to be Anthony Spencer going to take this one up the field past the 45-yard line. He's going to set up 1st and 10. You love to see the teams bring their best out in the playoffs. Pitching his left side, Nate McNamerson shuts off one, gets to midfield. It's going to set up 2nd and 7. Well, actually a little bit before. I think that broken tackle made that go backwards. But here we are, Lake Geneva. Going to be handed off to the fullback again, and he's going to fall forward for the 1st down. This drive will continue. 4 wide set coming. They're going to hand off to Namian. Sniped. Not happening. East Augusta getting in the backfield. Roger Chu with the play. That's a defensive lineman. 2nd and 13. Speaking of defensive linemen, very excited to see how these defensive linemen do in the big leagues now that we're finally opening up the playing field for those guys to get up in there. Look at Namie fighting for the 1st. Henry looking, the right side is going to be caught by Namie again. Is going to be 2nd and 3 as they switch him out. Five wide receiver set. Henry, right side, wide open. Alex Rage turns back upfield, and he's going to get inside the 15 for the 1st down. Nice job. And now this number 1 seed is trying to flex a little bit on this drive. Looking for the touchdown here. Henry, right side, caught by ATD, and he's going to get close to the 1st. It's going to be 2nd and 1 as Namie comes back in. LGU is the yellow team. That is definitely right. And they're going to give it to Namie. He's going to go the hard route. He is going to get the 1st, I believe. Yes, he is, but he should have got that touchdown. He had a lot of chances.
He had all the chances and got none of them.
Well, he did get 4 more downs for his team. They're going to give it to the backup running back, and Ernest is just going to say, if you don't want the touchdown, I'll take it off your hands, big homie. It's going to be a touchdown for Lake Geneva, and they'll increase the lead to 10.
Possibly 11.
Definitely 11. There's the extra point there. Shout out to AW for his kicker there. And it's going to be an 11-point ball game once again. East Augusta still has some work to do on offense.
Well, we've seen their offense, and they definitely have the ability to go downfield and get some touchdowns.
K Bringer 4, I know that person, Kyle, and Carl Bringer from LGU showing some love for his team. He's trying to get some plays too. He better talk to his quarterback, see if he could get his man some catches. But it's going to be 2nd and 2 here after that carry. Three wide receiver set. Faking the handoff, sending everyone deep left side, and incomplete in some coverage. Going to be 3rd and 2 now. Lake Geneva stride for stride in those deep passes there. They're going to give it to Schmidt, and he sniped immediately, not getting that 1st easy. Kevin Cushion in the play, and it's going to be 4th and 4. That is one man East Augusta does not want to get acquainted with. He's been on a tear all season long. Anthony Spencer passed a 30 to the 33 or so, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Back on offense is LGU. Sheds off 1, going to get around 4. Break that 3, 2nd and 7. Spreading offense out a little bit. Namey going to get that catch. Turns upfield past the 40. Third and short coming. East Augusta trying to get off the field. They need to get their offense rolling if they want to get back in this ball game.
Yeah, East Augusta's done a pretty good job on these third and short situations, all things considered.
Not on this one. That'll move the chains close to midfield. All right, on midfield, actually. Devin Ernest coming back to take a little bit of pressure off of Namey here. We're deep in the snow. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. We're going to have a man, but the pass off the mark there by Henry once again. He's had a few of those passes where I'm sure he wish he had back. But all things considered, like, it's still a very solid completion percentage. It's going to go higher now. Robert Thump with the catch, and he's going to get to the 30. Five wide again. Quick motion. He's going to look for a man here. Right side is open for Rage. He's going to make the play behind the sticks, a gain of 7. Second and 3. Henry looking, middle of the field by Namey is caught inside the 15, and this Lake Geneva offense is just in clockwork. And off to Namey again, falls forward, 2 around the 5 is going to be second and 2, and there goes that man, D.E. Devin Ernest, trying to get another touchdown, I'm sure. He said, y'all don't give me the ball enough anyways. Give it to me. I got it. And he's going to get it again. I called it before I seen it. It's going to be 27-10, and Lake Geneva has a chance to make it 28 after the extra point, and it's snowballing in a bad way for East Augusta.
Yeah, now East Augusta just unable to capitalize on their earlier momentum, and now it's gone.
That touchdown from earlier definitely gave them some life, but things are starting to click back into reality. If that makes a little bit of sense to y'all, it makes sense to me. Ronnie Shanahan getting past the 20, and they only have 5 seconds left in this third quarter, so 10 minutes 5 seconds to find a way to get 18 more points. And they're going to pitch it to Smith, and he's not going to break that tackle, but he will get closer to 30 as we close out quarter number 3.
You could say he snapped back to reality.
Well, there goes gravity. 2nd and 4. You better lose yourself in the music, you know what I'm saying? 2nd and 9.
39. Black. Go.
Kenny Jackson, and he had a man, but once again, the accuracy issues plaguing them to have a consistent set of offense on the passing side. It's not helping their cause.
Oh.
4 wide receiver set.
21.
Dane Schmidt, and that is not going to help them out either. Definitely need to pass in these situations here. 4th and 7. East Augusta is going to have to send it back to Lake Geneva. One thing I do love about the switch to Madden, they will go for it on 4th down randomly, from what I've seen. So, a lot of times when we get to games like this, might be down like a couple touchdowns, like, hey, might as well try it. You never know what happened. And then sometimes they go for it and get it. It's pretty crazy. But we are not there yet. We still got a quarter and a game left as we get to the Namerson. And I don't know what he was doing there. He caught it and he had a brain freeze. 2nd and 3. He said he tipsy. Shaolin Bear said he's tipsy. I ain't mad at you. It's going to be Namey hitting the backfield. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Go Charlotte. Charlotte ain't playing yet.
Hey, yeah, go Charlotte. I like that guy.
There goes Henry left side, and that could have been picked off. That defensive player was paying attention, but East Augusta does get the stop, and they have 8 minutes left. And this one may get downed at the 1 yard line. Nope, barely rolls in. I thought it was going to get touched, but East Augusta starting at the 20.
hell?
What happened now?
I'm looking at my strategies, and there's not anything that I put in. This is weird. Have you been using the Charlotte Strategies 4.0 or the last one?
Yep, 4.0.
Okay. Well, that's not what I want to use at all.
Okay. Make your changes. See what happens. Flip that
Where's
coin.
the 3.0?
Green.
I don't
Where's
remember.
3.0?
Green.
I don't remember, yo.
3.0 is what I should be using. I don't think I ever touched your 4.0.
There goes Magic Mahomes getting into the mix. No, because I remember we filled it out together.
Yeah, that was 3.0.
Was that 3.0?
That was 3.0.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm tripping. Down to the 30 there.
You are.
And there goes a face mask on top of it. Augusta has a chance. You did not see earlier that big play to Magic Mahomes setting up a scoring drive if they could get it. They definitely need to get in the end zone. They're going to get a hurdle from Schmidt past the 15 or right at the 15. There goes Bringer right there. I see your homie doing your thug thizzle. 2nd and 10. Real great job by this run defense here by Lake Geneva, holding Dean to less than 2 a carry.
It was actually 2.0.
Was it 2.0?
It was 2.0.
Pretty sure.
Yep. Because 3.0 links to 2.0.
You talking about for the playmaking? Oh yeah, the playmaking 2.0. Yes, I thought you were talking about the whole sheet. The whole sheet is it should be 4.0.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Don't use the thing on 4.0. I don't want you to use that.
Okay. Just send me what you want. Just send this shit. Just send me that damn shit. It's gonna be 4 minutes and 52 seconds left. Augusta does get that field goal. So now it's a 15-point game, but they'll have to score twice again. There's going to be Sean McGowan take this one, and he just got clocked right there past the 30. Down to the 33-yard line. Lake Geneva, 4 minutes and 48 seconds away from going to their first ever CSFA National Championship game. And odds are saying that it's going to happen. And that's Armani Taylor Davis. And he did that broken tackle, like I said earlier, and he went back upfield. He didn't hurdle nobody, but that was a real nice play as it makes a 2nd and 2. Honestly surprised he didn't go out of bounds cutting back, but hey, that is how the cookie crumbles sometime. Name me with another first down. 1st and 10. Benjamin Henry caught by Namey, turns up, gets to midfield. It's going to be 2nd and 6 here, the final 4 minutes. Shaolin Bear rooting for the defense here. It's going to be Benjamin Henry caught by Bringer, sheds one. Going to get the first. Actually, didn't get first? Oh, he got pushed back. Yeah, he did. It's going to be 3rd and 2. I swore he had the first, but it is what it is. Handoff here. Namey says, I got it, homie. And it's going to be 1st and 10. And Lake Geneva's just burning through this clock now. Going to pass it. Henry looking. Finds Armani Taylor Davis close to the first down. I think he got it. Yes, he did. And it's going to be 1st and 10 once again. Clock rolling. Henry looking left side, caught by Armani Taylor Davis once again, getting his feelers out there, trying to get his team a ring. He's definitely doing the right thing there. 7 for 44 on the day. Quick motion man out. They're going to hand off to Namey up the field, and he's getting to the 20. It's going to be 3rd and 1. East Augusta going to call the first time out. Hand off to Namey, shuts off one. He's going to get the first, and that should do it in theory, at the very least, to burn some of the clock out. And I'm sure they're just going to keep the ball on the ground the rest of the way through. They're going to do it again. Namie sheds one, and he's going to get around 2 or 3. East Augusta calls timeout number 3. Seabringer in the chat, hyped. He's going to the national championship game. Namie almost broke the game with another touchdown, but it's going to be 3rd and 3 here. All things considered, this is the closest game East Augusta's had against Lake Geneva. But
yeah,
close.
definitely was not a bad showing at all.
Most definitely. And this will be the last time we see East Augusta. We got to say goodbye to one of them. And there goes the fullback saying he wants a touchdown in the playoffs, and that will definitely seal the deal here. Lake Geneva taking that one.
As if it wasn't sealed already.
Oh yeah, but you gotta put the cherry on top of the sundae. You know what I'm saying? 35-13 is your score, and yes, I am hungry. That is why I said it. It's gonna be Carolee Adrianic with the kick. And it's going to be Ronnie Shanahan here looking for the return. Going to shed one. And these are the last few plays of East Augusta football. So make sure you show some love to them in the chat. Make sure you show some love to them in the Discord. Show some love. That's what I'm saying. The pitch right side and incomplete. Kenny Jackson couldn't quite do it. A lot of pressure in his face.
And probably some of my favorite uniforms in the game, honestly.
Mine too, yes indeedy. And he's going to get sacked. And that's a holding penalty as well. That's going to take him back a little bit. 3rd and 24. And now Lake Geneva has a chance for a safety here. Kevin Cushing with the play. It's going to be 3rd down here.
Insult to injury would be a safety here.
No blitz coming. Jackson going to find Mahomes. He is going to get the 1st down, and that's definitely the fight I love to see from East Augusta. Add 5 more thanks to the face mask, but they still have not a lot of time to work with here. You'd love to see a touchdown here from East Augusta to close out their CSFA career. Going to shed off 1 sack, and it's going to take it past the 40, but they got to hurry back up to the line. They don't have a lot of time to dilly-daddle. His 4 wide receivers set Giancarlo to the right side. Going to send some men up front. Mahomes is going to get hit and bounce again. 3rd down, and there's going to be 13 seconds left. And I think they're just going to try to spike this one to give him one more play. See if they could boost it down the sidelines. See if they could get Magic Mahomes rolling one more time. And left side, and that's going to be deflected, and that is going to be ball game. Congratulations to the Lake Geneva University Lake Geneva University. I almost call them the Blue Lobsters. That's crazy. But the Lake Geneva University Owls for getting their first playoff victory and going to the national championship game on Friday. So make sure you watch out for that. 35-13 is your score. And wow, what could be said about this Lake Geneva team? They started slow, but all things considered, the defense definitely held strong when they needed to, and you could give a lot of credit to that coaching staff there. They definitely had them prepared.
Yeah, I mean, they had a small collapse there in the 2nd quarter, and I think that was kind of the experience of the East Augusta team kind of coming through and saying, no, we're not going to let you walk away that easy. But overall, the talent gap between the two teams was just too much for East Augusta to overcome, and Lake Geneva walked away with the win.
Most definitely. Shout out to Lake Geneva once again. They're getting the victory in this one. They have to see who their opponent is, and that will be in the next game between Mile High and Central Houston Polytechnic, so don't go anywhere. We're going to go through these stats really quick and then get the game rolling for you. I'm not going anywhere. I got my water next to me this time, so I don't need to go nowhere. That's all good and popping. Let's go and check these stats real quick. Shout out to Kenny Jackson and the crew for putting out a great season here for East Augusta. Let's check through these. Got Ubosi here. Dean Schmidt. Redden doing his thing. He only got a 1 target, but it was out of his reach. Eggs Yellow leading the way with 13 tackles. You love to see it. There goes Shote Griffin, Derek Hextall, the Giancarlo getting in there. Let's give Kyle Vernon. Hey, Ironsides here. Matt Hammer, that's all the users. Here's the kick return stats here. And Anita getting it done. Perfect on the evening. Not enough for the victory, but she does have some real good lookers there in the draft, so make sure you watch out for that lady there. Let's see, Henry doing his thing there, 71%. He's been doing it all year. Once again, no interceptions, so you got to give him credit. He's not putting his team in bad positions, and that's another reason why they're undefeated. Not giving up the football. And there goes McGowan there, 3 catches. So he didn't catch the ball at all in this that second half, but when he did, he made it count there. Solid job from him. Shepard there. There goes Bringer. Only had 1 catch for 4 yards, but it was a big catch. So it's going to be Ali doing his thing with 8 tackles. Evans, Spencer. There goes Shpeta doing her thing. Carrasco. There you go. I got the name right. It's going to be Kyle Bringer here. Cushing only had 3 tackles. That's kind of weird seeing that he normally has around like 7 or 8. But hey, he did get a sack. Damian Chambers doing his thing. Let's see if there's anyone else. Jordan Dean, he's there. And that's all the users there. Here's the return game here for Lake Geneva. And Carolina doing her thing. Once again, perfect on the day. No field goals needed. All extra points. And we will go ahead and flip over to game number 2. Make sure you stand by with us real quick. I'm going to set up real quick. I ain't going nowhere. Also got to ping the people here. So make sure you stand by. Give me like 1 minute.
I'll start counting.
There we go with this.
$30.
Actually,
And 60. All right, Stacks is officially took longer than a minute.
liar, liar, plants for hire.